I love the pictures from last week. They're like I said, they're like my favorite performance pictures. The ones that whoever.
Which ones?
They were on the. Yeah, yeah. Like whatever the social media, the altspace social media person put out like a triptych of, and I was like, that's fantastic. That's my face looks so calm.
Have you figured out how to? Have you figured out how to take photos as well?
They keep advertising the 30-minute session on how to take photos, and it keeps getting delayed like a day, and then it's always like during the day when I can't do it. No. I know how to take selfies, but I don't know how to take photos.
So I think with the photos, let me look. So if you pull up the selfie thing, there should be like a little turnaround icon next to the capture button. Sometimes it's a little different on Go though, so I'm not sure.
Nah, like if I hit the,
it's just like a little.
No, when I hit the camera button, all that happens is it takes a selfie.
Oh, strange. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's a Rift thing. Or like more intense.
Things that don't cost $150.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so far what I've done when I wanted to take a picture of something, I took a selfie, Hello,
yeah.
Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Oh, wait, why am I doing that? Sorry.
There, welcome in. Feel free to come up to the stage. Well, in front of the stage, not on the stage.
Welcome, Snowbox and Blue Wolf and Snowbox, you're again, and Andrew. How is everyone tonight? Good? You're good?
Good.
Oh yeah, I turned my hair blue. Very good, yeah. I'm trying to be more recognizable since like everyone looks the same, so I'm trying to be more recognizable by making my hair blue. My hair actually was blue for a while in real life. After I had like this major tragedy and everyone kept trying to talk to me about it. And so whenever people would come up and talk to me about my major tragedy, they'd be like, Kelly, I'm so sorry about your partner. Your hair is blue. And then we could talk about my blue hair. So, are people in, do you want to give me an emoji if you're in an area where it's snowing right now? Anyone snowing? No? You guys on the West Coast, so there's like never any snow? I mean, I guess it does snow on the West Coast and like, I don't know, like in the mountains in Oregon, right? It snows. I have a snow day tomorrow, so I'm so super excited. And also because I have a snow day tomorrow. Hello, welcome, Dustin. How you doing? That's such a realistic wave. You either have good equipment or you're very good at waving, Dustin. I need to practice my wave like Dustin. Good equipment. Oh, yeah, it was excellent. Because my wave just looks like I'm having a little bit of a seizure. You know what? I have don't tell anybody, you guys, but I have a roommate who has a seizure disorder, and I just asked him if he wanted to, like, try my VR equipment, and he's like, Kelly, that would literally kill me. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's true. Welcome, guest 6930363. Okay, I want to tell you guys something else while we're waiting for everyone to come to start. So I was just in Rochester. Well, okay, remember last week I was in Rochester. Maybe you don't keep up with my life, but I was in Rochester. And then this weekend I was in West Springfield, and I was staying at this, I got this hotel that I was like, wow, it's so reasonable. I can't believe how reasonable it is. Hello, Mr. Platypus. I was thinking I have some trivia about a platypus. What is the platypus trivia? It's like the only mammal that has a bill or something like that. Yeah, platypuses are poisonous? Platypi are poisonous?
Only the male.
That's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. Jeez, they're so cute. I mean, I guess it's their right to be poisonous. I'm not trying to yuck their yum or something like that if they need to be poisonous to stay alive. Oh, okay. I wasn't planning on touching a platypi tail anyway. Hello, Jack. How you doing? Anyway, so I was staying at this hotel in West Springfield in Massachusetts. And has anyone ever stayed in a hotel where it's all youth hockey families?
No.
So that was staying at the hotel. It was all youth hockey families. And I was trying to have like, oh, these are like salt of the earth people. It's going to be fine. I was trying to be very chill about it. And then like the kids were blocking the entrance into my room. And I said, like, excuse me, 4 or 5 times. And then finally I said, I really need to get through. I literally cannot get through. Hello. Oh, guest 747,565. I was like, oh, I can't, I literally physically cannot get through. And the guy was like, well, you don't have to be such a bitch about it. And I was like, I just need to get through. And then he was like, as I walked away, he was like, oh, you fucking dyke. And then I was like, wow, that seems like really an overreaction. So as he was leaving, you want to hear the terrible thing I said to him? Okay, you guys got to promise if I tell you this terrible thing I said to this man that you won't tell anyone, okay? Promise? Everyone promise? Emoji promise? Okay, all right. As he was getting into the elevator, I stuck my head in and I just like said, I whispered really quietly, I just said, because he was like a coach or something, I said, all the people who you think look up to you actually know your middle school nickname. And then I just walked away. So I felt like that was kind of mean, but he called me a fucking dyke for no reason. So, I felt like, he deserved that. Anyway, it seems like there's lots of people here. Maybe we can get started. You are at, and maybe you are where you're at. Hello, Skip7CT. Does that mean you're in Connecticut? Yeah. Hey, see, why is everyone so much better at waving than me? I'm going to practice all this week raving. Hello, R. So mysterious, just the R. Okay, so you are at Hi Tobias 187 or something. Hi, Snowbox. We already said hello.
I have fun saying all our
So
names.
you are. You are at Comedy House. Hello. Comedy House Sundays, the only ex-nun genderqueer interactive comedy show currently in VR. I mean, maybe that's not true.
Sounds
Maybe there's
sexual.
lots of ex-nun genderqueer. What's that? So maybe there are lots, but I don't know for sure. So anyway, so happy you're here. So here's the rules of the night, the evening. So this is interactive, right? Like I want you and I to interact, and I want us all to have fun and be funny. The only time there is an interaction is when there's a guest on stage, because they're like a guest in our space, and often a person who hasn't been performing a lot in
There's
VR.
someone behind you.
Even though they might. There's someone behind me? Hello, could you please get off the stage, Snowbox? So I don't have to kick you, please. I want to be your friend too. We can be friends, but please get off the stage. Please? Okay.
Maybe it's AFK.
Okay.
And
So thank you. Thank you, whoever told me. This is like so much like being at school. I work in a high school, and this is so much like working in a high school where everyone's like, oh, somebody has to tell you if somebody's behind you. Okay, so it's fantastic. So anyway, so to get started today, thanks for not staying on the stage so I don't have to kick you too. That would make me so sad if I had to kick a bunch of people tonight. I don't want to do that. All right, so welcome to the interactive ex-nun genderqueer interactive comedy hour. So first of all, to start out with this week, I had a what the fuck week. Did anyone else hearts up if you had a what the fuck, a WTF week? Like it was a difficult week. Like everything weird happened. I think people know what a WTF is week. So the first thing that was WTF is I got caught in Rochester. Remember last week when we met? I'm treating this like a 12-step meeting. Last week when we met, I was in Rochester, and I got stuck in Rochester for 2 days because the plane stopped flying because of like wind and snow and stuff. And I watched a lot of local TV, and they were having the local Rochester version of The Masked Singer, and this is what it looked like. It was a guy in a shark outfit singing. So there was a couple of questions I had about that. First of all, this turned out to be an elementary school principal. Second, they kept taking, if you look carefully at that uniform or costume, I guess it's not really a uniform unless you work at a shark cat factory. Off stage, please. Thank you. If you look closely at that uniform, you realize that probably that costume was bought where that's totally a furry costume, right? That's a furry costume. And so they kept taking calls. From people who obviously were furries, right? And knew what was going on, but still wanted to have context about it. So that was the first WTF thing. The next thing was WTF things was I was thinking with social media we need to make up some new words, and one of the new words I encountered this or felt like needed to have happen this week was madstalgia. Can anyone tell me what they think madstalgia is? Do you have an idea of what madstalgia is? No, you can read your name. Tell me. No. Something like that. Okay, madstalgia. So I started looking back at my Facebook memories and saw a fight that I had gotten in with somebody. And this is the dumbest fight in the world. I got in a fight about whether celebrities are paid too much, right? So this is a fight. I was like, yeah, somebody was getting mad at me because I said that Kevin Kline made too much money, that nobody should make that much money. And then I was like, are you in charge of the Celebrity Anti-Defamation League? And this was 4 years ago. Notice this was 4 years ago. I saw it in my memories, and I got just as mad that moment as I was at 4 years previous. So that is madstalgia. Has anybody felt madstalgia in the last week? Emojis if you've ever felt madstalgia? Yes, okay.
Yeah.
All right, also, words that strike fear into my heart. My mom recently said, so I was watching this video on YouTube, and I was like, oh, fuck, my mom has discovered YouTube. So I grew up in an evangelical Christian house, right? I also was a nun for a while. But I let everyone who wants to be on my Facebook, I'll explain the ex-nun thing sometime. So I let everyone who wants to be my friend on Facebook be my friend on Facebook, but that means my Facebook is very weird. Sometimes it'll say something like, it'll be one of my queer friends, like my mom, somebody will write, Kalita Stamper is, really glad that Jesus gave her beautiful 4 kids. And then the next person will be like one of my queer friends going like, I'm going to the Deep Dick Collective, whatever the Deep Dick Collective is. So all the juxtaposition of that was striking fear to my heart. That was aka what the fuck social media. Also, what the fuck VR? Okay, this is what Oculus kept suggesting to me. Well, actually, Samsung kept suggesting that I should do some apps that will help me be less afraid of things. An app recommended just for you. And I got about 7 of those things, at least 7 of those things this week where they recommended those things I should try and be less afraid of. Has anyone...
So what's the apps?
With the app? Okay, so basically you go into... you go into the app and then you're on top of something very high, and then in the extreme version they drop you down into the canyon or whatever. But it doesn't actually feel scary because you're still at your house. So I feel like it didn't help me with my fear of heights. Has anybody done one of the ones where it actually helped them? Anyone had any? Yeah? No?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I feel like it could help with social stuff too. But anyway, I felt like that was an awful lot of advice. I didn't need so much of advice. So, okay, also, my day job. For my day job, I work in the public school system, but I actually work for an arts organization, and that means things like this are happening. They're always having mindfulness, which is I don't want to do mindfulness. If I wanted to be mindful, I would be a different kind of person. I'm not mindful. I don't want to sit quietly, and we've even been forced to do yoga. So this is something that happens. When the going gets tough, the tough hide in the bathroom to get their work done when people in their job insist on them doing mindfulness during professional development. Okay, and this is where there's going to be some audience interaction come into. So I was talking with some friends, and we found out that we all, because we're products of somewhat inadequate educational situation, that we all had done. We'd memorized useless things when we were students. So send me some hearts up if you memorized something useless when you were a student or when you were younger, or even last week if you're 11 years old or whatever, right? Okay. So, for example, my mom sent me kind of I didn't know this is where I was headed to a Christian anti-gay camp or like a gay conversion camp, but I never noticed that it was a gay conversion camp. I thought it was just like me hanging out with my friends, because everyone gay was there. But one of the things we had to do is we had to memorize 60 Bible verses during a summer, and I can still recite those 60 Bible verses, which I've done sometimes at parties, to impress people. And then another useless thing I had to remember was the prologue from the Canterbury Tales, which is like Juan the Lapper when the sure suit of the truth and mark the virtue to lucis, right? So I was thinking that maybe I'm not the only one. Old English or Middle English, not Old English. Is there anyone in the room who would like to get up and demonstrate something useless that they memorized when they were in school? Surely there's someone here. Raise your hand and come up on stage. No? Nobody? Nobody memorized anything useless when you were in school? Okay, very good. Come on up. But you have to, I think in order for me to give you permission, you have to specifically raise your hand.
I think he's good.
Where'd you go? Okay, all right.
He's on there.
Oh, come on up. Okay.
Song I remember.
Let's hear it. What was your
Song I memorized really stupid in school was that everything must be due on Friday and we had no homework. We had nothing that had to be due. And he made us memorize that everything had to be due on Friday, even though he gave us nothing to do on Friday.
So that was like, was that like, Bob, was that like / Darth Vader, was that like D-O do, and also like you had to D-O do something and then D-U-E do something? It was do also? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. We had stuff to do.
Yeah,
he didn't give us anything to do, so.
Oh, that sounds really annoying. Was that really annoying?
It is. Yes.
Yeah, it was really annoying. All right, thanks. Give it up for Bob / Darth Vader, everyone, for being willing to share on the stage. Thank you so much, Bob / Darth Vader.
Do I have a hand?
All right. Next thing. Now it's your turn. That already happened. Oh, no. All right. Also, I walked past the Improv Club in New York City, and look, they stole altspace's, well, they kind of stole altspace's symbol. So that's just another WTF. Microsoft, I'm sure, will sue them. Will not sue them. Will not sue them. Okay. Also, WTF altspace. Okay, so I've been exploring worlds. Okay, so how many folks have built a world? Are you all world builders and everyone builds worlds and I'm the only person that's not building worlds? Okay. So I've been exploring all the different worlds. I think I've been in pretty much all the kind of the major ones, even though new ones appear all the time. And the thing I'm noticing that they all have in common, and it is this. Alligators. Why are there alligators in every single world in altspace? This is the one called, I think this one has the word paradise in it, and here an alligator is coming up to eat me. This one actually has the word animals in it, so it's a little more expected that you would have, that you would have an alligator, but also, this is called Island Paradise, and of course, there's an alligator coming up to eat you. Then this one, if you look closely, this definitely has the word, I think it's tropical escape. If you look in the background, there are alligators about to come eat me. And it just makes me feel like the people who are doing world building maybe aren't taking meds. You know what I mean? Did everyone who's world building stop taking their Wellbutrin this winter? And it's just oh my God, the world is so grim. Now, I would say that was not true, except for also, this is the other thing, there is something about altspace that everywhere you go, you are about to be eaten by an animal, right? That's the shipwreck one. That's a shark about to eat me. And this is even more grim. It gets even more grim. Here is, you can see, I could only do the selfie, but this is a killer whale trying to eat the people out of the shipwreck. It's just all very, very grim. And it made me wonder, like, of all these things, we could just make these worlds from scratch. Why are we? In fact, I invited a friend. I was like, oh, use my headset, go to altspace. And she was like doing all this digging around. She's like, oh, so every place is post-apocalyptic? And I was like, no, that's not the way it's supposed to be at all. But it kind of looks that way. So my reminder is, like, I think the folks who are doing world building should maybe get some more sun and also resume taking their antidepressants. And I'm talking to myself as well. So that's not a slur. I also take Wellbutrin. All right. Oh, also, like, everywhere you go, you're going to be eaten by something. There's that was the one where there's like a wolf and a giant duck. Just wherever you go, you get eaten by wild animals in altspace. All right. So does somebody want to come on stage and tell me your nerdiest moment this week? I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. No? Oh, come on. In a room full of virtual reality people at 9 p.m., there's nobody who had a nerdy moment? Your nerdiest moment.
Oh, God.
Nobody? Really?
Yeah, for me, I don't know.
Okay, I can tell you mine, but it's about the same as last week, which was, it involves Legos. Oh, wait, you've got one? You want to come on stage? You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Davis, you want to come up?
Yeah.
All right, come on. Tell us about your nerdiest moment this week.
Okay, so one time, on Friday, I was playing this game called Bosses. It's a game that has wizards and stuff in them, and me and my friends were playing it. And then while I was sitting down playing with the deck of cards I had two OP spirit dragons. They're like they're like really amazing. And then what happened is that I used both of them, and everybody got mad at me. But then I tallied up the HP points, and I won the whole game at that last time. So that was really nerdy on Friday, and I thought it was nerdy. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Davis, right? Wait, who was that? Who just thank you so much. That was great. That was yeah, Prev, thank you very much, Davis. And that was like a very nerdy, it was so nerdy I didn't even understand what it meant. So that sounded very nerdy. And you know what I liked about that? I liked the nerd winning at the end. Davis, I don't know if you know about this, but when I was a kid, being a nerd was that was like the worst slur, the worst thing that somebody could say if he was a nerd. But then it turns out nerds are now running the world, so people have to shut the fuck up, so that's good. Anyway, my nerdiest moment was I went to the Lego store with my girlfriend, and we picked out Legos that kind of look like us, and hers even has a cat. So I don't even know if that's a nerdy moment or kind of a gay moment or maybe a little bit of both. Before we do Mad Libs, which I'm really happy there's some people who are still in school because you will remember the parts of speech, hopefully. Before we do Mad Libs, I want to try something we haven't done before. Are you guys up for something we haven't done before at Comedy House Sundays?
Yep.
I want to do, okay, so I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but we're going to try it, okay? We're going to try 2 truths and a lie. So show me some emojis if you've ever played 2 truths and a lie with like friends or whatever. Okay, so the premise is that somebody says, that somebody comes on stage, although if you don't have a stage, you don't do it, like that. Just sitting around and says 3 things. 2 are true and 1 is false, and the other folks have to guess which one is true. Now, normally, if you play that with your friends, it's like based on your your experience with your friends, right? Or if we were strangers, you would base it on personal appearance. But however, since we actually can't see each other's actual personal appearance, it's going to have to be you're just going to have to guess by behavior and voice. So, okay, so I'll start out just to give you an idea. So my name is Kelly, and here are 3 things about me, one of which is a falsehood. I used to be a nun. I've never had a cavity, and I've lived in 7 different cities in the last 5 years.
I know it.
Okay, which one?
I know it. Me.
Which one? Okay, I'm calling on you.
Cavity.
Yeah, you're right. That's very good. See? So how did you figure that out? Tell me how you figured that out.
the dentist, they say everybody has a cavity once in their life.
Yeah,
At least once in their
Okay,
life.
all right, that's very good. So for folks who maybe couldn't hear, okay, can you get off the stage, please? Hey, Fern, can you get off the stage, please? You're on the stage.
Fern, come on.
Off, buddy.
Off the stage.
So that's really good. So if folks couldn't hear, the answer was the thing that was actually not true was that I had not had a cavity. I have had a cavity. And the person said it was because my dentist said everyone has cavities. So that was actually excellent detective work. Okay, who would like to come on stage? And what's the question? Yeah, okay. Whoever.
What if you only eat
I'm
salads?
listening.
What if you only eat salads?
What if you only eat salads?
Yes.
I don't know. I think that still there's probably, I don't know if there's any dentists in the house that could answer that better, but my guess is that everything that we eat has not bacteria, but acid in it, and that can break down your enamel, and that can lead to cavities too. So that's my guess. That's my best guess. I'm a nurse, but not a dentist. Okay, so who wants to come on stage and do two truths and a lie?
Me. Even
Yeah.
though I
Okay,
didn't-
you. You. Okay, Davis, you want to do it, or is there somebody who hasn't been on stage yet who would like to?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Folks who are maybe in
I
back.
just joined like a second ago, or like a minute ago. I don't know.
Okay. So who else? Andrew, you want to come on stage and no? You don't have two truths and a lie you'd like to do? Jack, maybe? No?
I do.
Okay, all right. All right, come on.
I do. Who?
Bob or I don't know. I can't tell by who's either Bob or Davis, whichever one. I can't tell whose voice it is. All right, very good. Sorry. All right, so two truths and a lie from Bob.
Okay. I'm Bob, and there are 3 things about me. One of them is false. I did wrestling for 6 years. I go to a skate park a lot. And I live in Alaska.
All right. Does somebody want to? Yeah. What do you think, Cameron? What do you think? Do you have an idea about which one is false?
I'm gonna guess that he lives in Alaska.
Is that right? Bob? Nope. Did you hear? Nope. So you do live in Alaska, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then there's 2 left. So does somebody want to guess? I guess we got a 50% chance now. Somebody want to guess? Yeah.
I know
Jack?
it. I know it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Skate park.
Yeah.
Is it the skate park? Yeah. You don't go to the skate park. So that means you go to the skate park sometimes. No,
Yeah,
not
I go to
much.
the skate
Okay.
park
All right.
sometimes.
Very good. So who did? Was it Cameron that actually ended up? Thank you so much. Give it up for Bob / Darth Vader. Woo! So who actually gave that answer? Was it Cameron? Was it you? Or no, Jack? I'm sorry. How did you know that? How did you figure it out? Hello.
I
can't even say your name. It has a H and a W in the beginning. Could you please get off the stage, though? Unless you want to be the next person to do two truths and a lie. You want to be this person to do two truths and a lie?
I do.
I think you may be muted.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Always me.
Okay, so one more person, two truths and a lie. How about one of the folks in back, like Benji, or Mike, or Alley Cat, or Rider Wolf, or this person coming up here, R, the very mysterious R? Want to come up and do two truths and a lie? All you gotta do, it's very easy. You just have to lie one time out of 3 times.
Can I do it?
No?
I want to do it badly.
Who's saying, can I do it?
Okay.
Can't really tell by just your voice, so.
Me. Carson 2.
Carson 2? Okay, Carson 2, come up.
Fine.
Okay.
My name's Carson. Number 1. I'm still in school. Number 2. I have lots of cats and dogs. Number 3. Hold on. I have more cats than dogs. I have more cats than dogs.
So your 3 things are, can you say them all together once again? So the 3 things are, 1,
I'm still at school.
That you're still in school. 2 is what? That you have lots of cats and dogs. And then the 3rd is, go ahead, is that you have more cats than dogs. Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you want to guess, Bob?
So
Go ahead,
false
guess.
False is more cats than dogs.
Is that true? More cats than dogs, Carson? Is that the
Yes.
wrong? Oh, okay. So that's the one that's false.
That's
All
a lie.
right. Okay, so
That's
what?
a- yeah.
What that? Oh,
I
that's
have one
that's a
off the
lie.
top.
Okay, so what that tells me is people under. I'm just guessing by voices. Oh, also give it up, everyone, for Carson too for coming on the stage. Thank you. So what this tells me is that I'm guessing you guys are under 18 based on your voices. That you guys have been playing a lot of Truth or Dare because you're really good at it, especially considering you can't even see each other. So yeah, that worked better. Unless there's, we're gonna just go on unless there's one more person that want, especially maybe somebody that hasn't gone on the stage yet.
I do.
No? Okay, all right. So the next thing is Mad Libs. It's Mad Libs time. All right, Mad Libs time. Do you remember Mad Libs? So let me see some emojis if you remember Mad Libs from long car trips when you were a kid, or now if you're still a kid. Okay, all right. So in order to do a Mad Lib, you have to remember the parts of speech. This connection problem is. The biggest thing is that, actually, I'll review them as we go, all right? So basically, we're writing a story together. You're going to give me the words, and then I'm going to tell you the story that you just wrote. Okay, so yesterday so the first thing I need is an adjective. That's a word that describes a noun. So an adjective is a word that describes a noun, like a word to describe an object. So what word? Give me an adjective, somebody.
Smelly.
What's that?
Smelly.
Smelly. All right, very good. That's an excellent adjective. And then I need another adjective. So another word that describes an object. Yeah, let's hear it, Bob.
Tall.
Calm? Okay. Okay, the next one, I need one more adjective. A lot of adjectives in a row. So a word that describes a noun, a word that describes. Yeah, let's hear it, Jack.
Atrocious.
Atrocious. That's a very good adjective. All right, atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you always sound atrocious. Okay. I need the name of a relative, of a type of relative.
Uncle Vito.
Cameron or Nicholas. Nicholas. What's the name of a relative? A cousin? Okay, cousin.
Let's say Jack.
Okay, a cousin named Jack. Okay. All right, I need an animal. A name of an animal.
Snowflake.
What's that? Okay, and also a type of animal, like snowflake the what? Like what kind of animal do you want to put in this story?
Parrot.
A what? Cat. Okay. Snowflake the cat. Okay, I also need a verb now. Like a verb is an action word, right? So anything that you can put ing on is usually a verb. So give me an action verb, Johnny. Everyone's face looks blank when you're an avatar, so I don't know whether I'm picking on somebody who doesn't want to be picked on. What's that? Say it one more time.
Slurring.
Slurring. Perfect. Wow. Wow. These are very good words. Slurring or slur. Okay, and I need the name of a food, a type of food.
Anchovies.
Okay, go ahead. Anchovies?
Yeah.
Okay, anchovies and ramen. Ooh, this is going to be good. And I need an emotion, a word that describes an emotion, or that word that names an emotion. Like, what's an emotion you felt this week? See there? Lonely. Okay. Lonely. And now I just need one more adverb. So an adverb is a word that describes a verb, right? So that's like something that ends in ly. Like he did it. Okay, how about quietly?
Quietly.
All right, so here's our story. This is a story I heard at the winter campfire. Yesterday, at the smelly winter campfire, this calm person was telling me that the atrocious story about their cousin Jack, who thought they were a cat, which it made it hard to slur around the house because this person's relative ate all the anchovies and I can't read my writing. I felt a little sad to hear this story told so, lonely. Do you believe it's true? All right. So get it up for yourselves. We're getting through another Mad Lib in virtual reality Mad Lib. Mad Lib might be trademarked, so it's probably like VR Lib or Alt Lib or something like that. Okay, this week's guest has the flu. Guess what that means? That means that somebody has to be this week's guest. My friend who was going to, Jax Jackson, who actually is a kind of a well-known trans performer, was going to perform but had the flu, and they were like, it's okay, I'll do it anyway. And I was like, your first experience performing in alt VR should not be, altspace should not be when you have the flu. Like, definitely that's not something you want to combine with a fever. So, we're just going to quickly have somebody else be the guest. So I want someone to come on stage, somebody who hasn't been on stage yet, and I'm going to give you 3 of the questions I normally ask guests, and you're going to answer. You can pick any 2 of them to answer. So do they want to do that? Kieran, you want to come up? No? Okay, somebody hasn't come up? All right. Hey, how you doing? Kieran. Okay, excellent. Okay, so here's the questions, all right? Here's the first question. If you were escaping an apocalypse, or if you were trying to get out of the zombie apocalypse, what 2 people in your life would you ask to help, would you want to help you, and why? If you could only pick 2 people in your life.
Oh. I don't know if I can do that.
Okay, so you want that to be your pass? Is that too dark? We started kind of dark, didn't we? Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't I'm complaining about altspace being so dark, and I'm like, oh, apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, talk about your family and the zombie apocalypse. Okay.
Well, I can't think of anything else.
Okay. All right. Okay, the second question then can be, would you rather, this is kind of grim too, if you were on a deserted island, and we know if it were an altspace, the deserted island would have an alligator on it, but if you were on a deserted island, would you rather be on that island with your enemy or alone?
Enemy.
Alone.
Alone, yeah, I kind of agree with that. How many, let's see hearts if you would rather be alone than with your enemy on a desert island. Yeah, I think so, right? Okay. All right, the third question.
Because I could always construct my own friends. I mean, if you looked at that thing with, what's his name, where he made the volleyball his friend, and, eventually I would make friends out of inanimate objects, but,
Yeah, but like if you had an enemy, that would just be worse, right? Like you wouldn't be able to, you'd have to fool around.
Yeah, it would
Also,
be worse,
yeah. And also, in one of the altspace worlds where there's a shipwreck, did you see there's a bloody volleyball floating in the water? It's really grim. I think it's supposed to be like in that movie with Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks.
Hanks.
Okay,
Hanks.
Tom Hanks. All right, so this is your final one. Kieran, right? It's pronounced Kieran, right?
Kieran.
Okay.
Kieran.
All right. Kieran. Okay, sorry. This is your final question. If you were going to be famous, maybe you are famous, I don't know. We can't see you. But if you were going to be famous, what would you be famous for?
I'd be famous for singing.
All right, fantastic. All right.
Songs by heart.
Really? You know 70 plus songs by heart? All right, that's excellent. Maybe you will be famous for singing. Maybe that's not even theoretical, right?
No.
All right, so give it up for Kieran for coming on stage and being our guest today. Thank you so much, Kieran. All right, so we've come just about to the end of today's show. What else? Oh, okay, so if you want to win a $10 Amazon gift certificate, follow me on Instagram and comment when I put up the logo from the Comedy House Sundays. Comment about your worst fashion decision. And if you send me a picture that I can use of your worst fashion decision, I'll even do a $20 Amazon gift certificate. Okay, so it's at Kelly Dunham. It's really easy. It's just my name, spelled the way that it's spelled. So if you follow me on Instagram and then comment, especially something that we can use next week, because next week we're going to talk about terrible fashion. That's one of the WTF fashion. All right, so we always end with your moment of cat. Oh, very good. You noticed that. So this is the moment of cat. I saw this on Instagram. This is somebody who thought that the flat world theory was probably not true, but maybe the cat world was. And I thought this was hilariously funny, and I also thought that somebody has an awful lot of time on their hands. All right, so that is the end of Comedy House Sundays, the only VR show hosted by interactive comedy show hosted by an ex-nun genderqueer comic. Thank you guys so much for coming. Please comment on Instagram, and you can also, if you have an idea for a theme or something you'd like to see covered, please just reach out to me on Instagram. I want, this is interactive. I want it to be a fun, chill Sunday night for all of us. So thank you so much, and have a good night.
It's Sunday?
Okay, I'm gonna come down and stand down with you guys because this is getting weird. Hi, how you doing? Hi.
2019 is so weird.
It is weird. See, I'm not very good with this. You don't have a go, right? You have something besides a go? Or you wouldn't have two hands? Oh, okay. So people have a rift have two hands?
Yeah.
See? I can almost shake hands. Almost. How about high five? Can you do I can't figure out how to do a high five because I didn't.
I got 3 goes.
Is anyone else seeing the half a guy on the stage?
I saw him earlier.
I am half a person, yes.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's
I
just
think the
chilling
person,
over there.
I think that's, you just sink down, right? Maybe if you get eaten by an alligator or something.
VR high is the best thing to do.
I'm actually seeing doubles, that's weird.
Whoa. I'm floating. I'm your Jesus.
You're the intercessor between us and God, right? So you're up higher. So obviously, you're going to be the intercessor.
Jesus has come
Then
down.
there's that ghost over there just being creepy.
Is the ghost avatar always a guest, or you can choose the ghost as your full-time avatar?
I think you can
also,
the ghost as
you
a
can choose
full-time
it?
avatar.
But you can't. Then you don't get to choose your clothes, right? The ghost is always naked.
Only be green or blue, that's all you can do.
That makes sense. Ghosts are only green and blue in real life, right?
Yeah.
If they made it brown, it would just be like a
I
visible.
like what's going on over there, though. What the hell?
It would be nice if you could color it, you know, because then you could be different sorts of. You could look like poop, just like you were saying. You know, you could look like a. You could be the poop ghost.
Yeah, the poop emoji is caught on in a way that I did not ever think a poop emoji would catch on. That's a little grim too, right? Like my nephew texted me something that literally had like at least a dozen poop emojis in it, and he wasn't even talking specifically about poop.
People's heads.
It's a little scary.
That needs to be a special.
Not scary, grim.
emojis.
We could make a
Hey, Bob.
Emoji combinations that confused me this week.
What?
Who did?
Oh, I'm saying that should be like a special.
Yeah.
What?
What's this dude doing?
He's got a foot fetish.
It's a little spooky.
He's just
But it's
floating
a
around
reverse
people's
foot
heads.
fetish. He prefers to have his feet in front of other people.
This is the weirdest shit ever.
Hey, do you guys know if ghosts eat feet?
I don't think they eat feet. I don't know. I guess it depends on whether what kind of ghost it is.
I thought they ate.
That's right.
What do ghosts eat?
I feel like that's a